This is the solution and answers with explanation for the 5 CISSP exam questions that I posted earlier. But before we jump right at it, one thing to note is that these are simple definition questions, so these should be fairly easy to read through. Let's start with question number 1. A prolonged power supply that is below normal voltage is option A, a brownout, option B, blackout, option C, surge, and option D, fault. So we should be able to identify the answer if we know the exact definitions. So let's go through the definitions for each of these terms. A brownout, it's a prolonged drop in supplied usable voltage. That's the voltage is going to be reduced. So the option A is basically the right answer here. But let's continue to define the rest of the terms. Blackout, it's a complete prolonged loss of power. Prolonged means few hours to few days. A surge, it's a prolonged high voltage of power supply. And the last one, that is a fault, it's a momentary loss of power supply. So that's how we define them. And the right answer to question number 1 is a brownout. Question number 2. To understand the why in a crime, many times it is necessary to understand MOM. Which of the following is not a component of MOM? Well, let's define what MOM stands for. The first M in and the question is basically from the computer forensics investigation topic from the CISSP CPK. The first M stands for motivation. That why would anybody do a crime, commit a crime? The O stands for opportunities, and the last M stands for means. So the question is asking which of the following is not a component of MOM. We have seen opportunities, we have seen motivation, we have seen means. The only option that is left out is option B, which is methods. Let's continue with the question number 3. Which of the following cloud deployment model is provisioned for open use by the general public? The question itself is actually giving out the answer, general public, which is a public cloud. So option C is the right answer to question number 3. We're going to move to question number 4. The birthday attack is most effective against which one of the following cipher technologies? Option A, chaining block cipher, block encryption. Option B, asymmetric cryptography. Option C, cryptographic hash. And option D, streaming cryptography. So option A, chaining block encryption. There is no such term. There is a cipher blockchain, CBC. Asymmetric, yes, we know that there is this terminology, the type of cryptography where two different but related keys are used for encryption and decryption. Cryptographic hash, a hash function is basically it takes input you can give any text to a cryptographic hash function. It's going to generate a unique but fixed length output for every given text. The birthday attack is basically related to cryptographic hash functions, and it's a condition where there is a collision. How do you define a collision? The right method, the right output for a cryptographic hash function is that it always has to give a unique value for a unique text. But what if you have given it two unique text, the inputs, but the output is same? Now that condition is called a collision. So the birthday attack is most effective against which one of the following cipher technologies? The right answer is cryptographic hash functions. Let's move on to question number 5. An advantage of link encryption in a communications network is that it makes key management and distribution easier. Well, link encryption, you have to compare it with end-to-end encryption. A link encryption is going to encrypt all information, including headers and routing information, so that at every hop, this packet has to be decrypted so that the router can read the routing information. Then the information gets encrypted and handed over to the next hop until it reaches to the destination. So the right answer to this question is option D. So that's the end of this session. Thank you.